The ending of Death Note has to be one of the most controversial things in all of anime. Whether you're a Light fan or an L fan, we can all agree we did not particularly like N that much. I'm Rojo, and if you want to see more videos like these, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to be dropping banger after banger. Let's get to it. Throughout the series, Light Yagami was trying to save humanity from itself. He was intelligent, he was methodical, he was calculated, conniving. He's a beautiful character, start to finish. But during his final showdown with Nier, something just wasn't right. His behavior was off. And during his erratic outburst, he had said something that really clicked with me. And then I thought to myself, like, what if he was telling the truth?
This whole thing is a setup! This is all part of Nier's plan to frame me! Isn't it a little odd that no one died after having their name written in the notebook? This proves it's a trap! Stop it!
Was Light onto something? Did Nier really set him up? As we know in the volume 13, How to Read Death Note, the series, the creators were asked who was the smartest character in the series. And with most of us, we would have probably guessed Light or L. One creator did in fact say L because the plot requires it. But the other creator said something very interesting. Said Nier because he cheats. And that really clicked with me. And that really resonated with my soul. Because throughout the series, we never saw Nier do anything very calculated. Everything was very conveniently placed for him in his lab. Going from when he saw Mikami and Tashiba on the TVs, and then he was like, him and her, they're helping Kira for sure. Like, where did he get that from? He just pointed out two people and was like, him, her. Those are the ones. And then Melo's sacrifice. Melo's sacrifice conveniently let him know there was two notebooks, a real and a fake one. And then he just took all L's evidence and then made it his evidence and was like, whatever L said, I said, and like, this is what I'm riding on. So like, we never saw him really be, like, we know he's intelligent and super smart, but we never seen him really use it. Everything was very convenient for him throughout the series. That might be one of the reasons why people very much dislike him. And then his final explanation, something really just did not make sense with that. Because what he says here is, because real notebook, fake notebook. Giovanni finds the real one. Thanks, Melo, again, for letting us know that. Giovanni finds the real one, and he says Giovanni perfectly copied the real notebook and the fake notebook overnight. 12 hours. Let's give it 12 hours. Even though 9 times 8. Let's give him 12 hours. 5 seconds per name. We know Light approximately killed about 150,000 people over his reign as Kira. Even if we assume that Misa maybe has like 50,000 names in her notebook, let's give it 100,000 in that notebook. Over a 12-hour span, 5 seconds per name, he could have max, no breaks, wrote about 15,000 names. So you're telling me Mikami, one of the smartest characters throughout the whole show, did not notice that there was 90,000 names missing from the notebook? Like he just went on, he was like, oh, whatever. Like, they're just not there. It's all good. So you're telling me he just missed that? That just seems like a huge plot hole to me. And then Light acting out of character, his behavior being so erratic, he's not being intelligent, he's not being cunning. Like, that he's not him. So, but we do know, what we do know is that you can control somebody's actions up to 23 days before they die. So, with his explanation not making sense, my theory is that Nier wrote down Light's name in the Death Note. He's controlling him. He wrote Light Yagami confesses to being Kira, tries to kill in front of everybody, death by execution. It's a very plausible that was written and that has happened. Not to mention, Mikami rips his own thumb off and dies. This is not humanly possible. He didn't bite it off. He literally ripped his own thumb off and died. Do you know the mental fortitude that it takes to rip your... You could bite your own finger off and your brain won't allow you to. He ripped his own thumb off and died. So with Mikami not noticing 90,000 names, ripping his own thumb off and dying without explanation, and Light's erotic behavior throughout the final showdown with Nier, I think it's a very strong possibility that Nier wrote down their names in the Death Note, got his confession, and was going to have the execution of Light. He just chose that Light was going to be Kira because L said it, and then was like, this is it. This is who's going to be, and I don't care what else happens, this is him. And by that logic, Nier did cheat. He never really caught Light. It just so happened that Light was actually Kira and L was right, and he just wrote down his name and he got it right on accident. So, what do you guys believe though? Do you guys think Nier cheated? Do you think Nier just bested Light? Do you think Light he wasn't on his game that day and he was being real arrogant and lost? Let me know in the comments.